Most Canadians ask, how do I start investing with $100? But the better question is, should I invest this $100 right now, or should I protect it first? Because yes, investing is powerful. Yes, starting small matters. And yes, $100 can be the beginning of a great financial habit. But if you invest your first $100 while ignoring emergency savings, credit card debt, and your monthly expenses, that $100 might create more stress than progress. So in this video, we are not talking about which stock to buy. We are not chasing the next hot ETF. And we are definitely not pretending that $100 will magically turn into a mansion by next Tuesday. Instead, we are talking about the foundation. Because before your money starts working for you, it needs to stop working against you. Welcome to Investing with Pankaj, where we make personal finance and investing simple for beginners. Let's start with why this matters in Canada right now. Canada feels expensive. And if your paycheck disappears faster than before, you are not imagining it. Statistics Canada reported that Canada's Consumer Price Index increased 2.8% year-over-year in April 2026. Now, 2.8% may sound small when you hear it on the news. But real life does not feel like a clean percentage. Real life feels like going to the grocery store, buying normal things like milk, eggs, bread, fruit, cereal, or chicken, and still staring at the receipt like it personally offended you. That is inflation. Inflation means prices rise over time, and your money can slowly lose buying power. A $20 bill is still a $20 bill. But over time, that $20 may buy less. This is one reason investing matters in the long term. If all your money stays in cash forever, and prices keep rising over time, your money may slowly lose strength. But here is the important part. Cash is not bad. Cash is necessary. Cash pays rent. Cash buys groceries. Cash covers bills. Cash protects you during emergencies. So before investing your first $100, you need to understand the job of that $100. Is it protection money? Or is it growth money? Those are two different jobs. And mixing them up is where beginners can get into trouble. If that $100 is needed for rent, groceries, transportation, or a bill coming soon, that is not investing money. That is survival money. And survival money should not be placed into something that can go up and down in value. Investments can fall. Markets can drop. Even good investments can have bad months or bad years. So if you invest money you need soon, you may be forced to sell at the worst time. That is not a strategy. That is stress. This brings us to the first checkpoint. Do you have an emergency fund? The Financial Consumer Agency of Canada suggests trying to save the equivalent of 3 to 6 months of regular expenses in an emergency fund. Now, for many beginners, that sounds huge. If your monthly expenses are $2,500, then 3 months is $7,500. 6 months is $15,000. That can feel impossible when you are just starting. But the point is not to build the full emergency fund overnight. The point is to start building protection. Even $500 can help. Even $1,000 can help. Because life is very creative when it comes to surprise expenses. Your phone breaks. Your car makes a weird sound. Your dentist says, this might cost extra. Your laptop decides to retire without giving notice. Or your pet suddenly becomes the most expensive member of the household. Without emergency savings, these surprises often go straight onto a credit card. And that can create a bigger problem. So if you are starting with $100 and you have no emergency savings at all, your first move may not be investing. Your first move may be putting that $100 into a separate savings account. That is not boring. That is protection. Think of it like building a financial helmet. You do not wear a helmet because you expect to crash every day. You wear it because one crash can be expensive. Now, the second checkpoint is debt. Especially high-interest debt. This is very important in Canada right now. Statistics Canada reported that household credit market debt reached about $3.25 trillion in the first quarter of 2026. The household debt-to-disposable income ratio was about 179.6%. Simple meaning, there was roughly $1.80 of credit market debt for every $1 of household disposable income. That is a lot of debt pressure. And not all debt is the same. A mortgage, student loan, car loan, line of credit, and credit card can all have very different interest rates. But credit card debt is usually one of the most dangerous for beginners because the interest rate can be very high. Here is why that matters. Imagine you invest $100 and your investment grows 6% in a year. That sounds good. But at the same time, you are carrying credit card debt charging much higher interest. That debt may be working against you faster than your investment is working for you. So emotionally, you feel like you are investing. But financially, you may still be falling behind. It is like trying to fill a bucket while there is a hole at the bottom. Before adding more water, fix the hole. That does not mean every person must be completely debt-free before investing. Personal finance is personal. But if you have high-interest credit card debt, you should not ignore it. Before investing $100, ask yourself, do I have unpaid credit card debt? Am I only making minimum payments? Am I borrowing money to invest? Do I need this $100 for a bill? If the answer is yes, then your first $100 might be more powerful as debt repayment or emergency savings. That may not sound exciting. But avoiding expensive interest can be more powerful than chasing a risky return. Now, let's talk about savings pressure. Statistics Canada reported that the household saving rate fell to 3.5% in the first quarter of 2026, the lowest level since the first quarter of 2024. That means many Canadians are not sitting on unlimited extra cash. People are trying to manage groceries, rent, insurance, transportation, debt, and everyday life. So if you are watching this and thinking, I only have $100. Is that even enough? Do not feel behind. A lot of people are under pressure. The goal is not to shame yourself. The goal is to make the next best decision. And sometimes, the smartest financial decision is not the one that sounds impressive. It is the one that reduces stress. If you have no emergency fund, saving $100 is progress. If you have credit card debt, paying $100 toward it is progress. If you have bills coming up, keeping $100 safe is progress. And if your foundation is stable and you can leave the money alone for years, investing $100 can also be progress. The key is matching the money to the right job. Here is a simple way to decide. If you need the money in the next few weeks or months, keep it safe. If losing access to the money would cause stress, keep it safe. If you have high interest debt, consider dealing with that first. If you have no emergency savings, consider building that first. But if you have some emergency savings, your bills are covered, and you can leave the $100 invested for the long term, then you may be ready for the next step. And that next step is what we will cover in Part 2. In Part 2, we will talk about what to actually do when your first $100 is ready to invest in Canada. We will cover TFSA basics, why a TFSA is not just a savings account, what ETFs are, why diversification matters, and how small monthly investing can become meaningful over time. But for now, remember this, investing is not step 1. Understanding your money is step 1. Protection comes before growth. Emergency savings protect you. Paying down expensive debt protects you. Knowing your monthly expenses protects you. Then, once your foundation is stronger, investing can help your money work for the future. So before you invest your first $100, ask, do I need this money soon? Do I have emergency savings? Do I have high interest debt? Can I leave this money invested for the long term? If you can answer those questions clearly, you are already ahead of many beginners. Because investing is not about looking rich. It is about becoming financially stronger, one smart decision at a time. Follow Investing with Pankaj for simple money lessons. Educational only.